Okay, Hare Krishna. We'll continue our discussion on Gajendra Stuti from Śrīmad Bhāgavatam Ashtamaskandā Trutiyodhyaya. Yesterday we discussed shloka number 23. Yatarchishogne saviturgabastayo niryanti samyantya sakrutsvarochishaha tata yatoyam gunasampravaho buddhirmanakhani sharira sargaha. So in this shloka, Gajendra is glorifying the opulence of the Supreme Lord, especially how the creation and destruction happens. And he explains that with two examples, the fire and sun. The first example, fire and fire sparks are the flames that represent the continuity of the creation. This creation happens again and again. Asakrit swarochisaha. Asakrit means again and again. And the second example, sun and sun rays, that shows unlimitedness. His unlimitedness. The number of Brahmandas that are created is unlimited. When Mahavishnu is lying down in the causal ocean in Kshirasagara, and with every breath, as he exhales, innumerable number of Brahmandas come out, and as he inhales, innumerable number of Brahmandas go into his body. Niryanti samyanti asakrit swaroshishaha. So this breathing, exhale and inhale. So you can imagine how fast that is. Now when we are exhaling, when we are inhaling and exhaling, there is not much gap in between. Similarly, from the Supreme Lord point of view, there is not much gap between creation and destruction. If we do the numbers only, then we will know what is the age of Kali Yuga, what is the age of Treta Yuga, Dwapara Yuga, Satya Yuga, and what is the age of Brahma, 323 trillion and some billion years. So it's a humongous number. But such a big number is very small in front of Supreme Lord. And it's unlimited. The unlimited number of Brahmandas, and it's continuous. The process is continuous. Niryanti and Samyanti. Creation and destruction. Tata yatoyam guna sampravaho. Just like that, there is a maintenance also. Just like how creation and destruction happens, there is maintenance also that is taking place. The maintenance is taking place by the flow of gunas, by the flow of prakriti, material nature, or gunas, three gunas, sattva, rajas and tamas. And the Bhagavan, along with the innumerable number of universes, he also gives innumerable number of bodies, sharira, and within those sharira, there is intelligence and manas in the form of subtle body. So why is he explaining this? To answer to the demigods, devatas, to explain them how great the Supreme Lord is. Okay, when the devatas offered to help, Gajendra declined that offer, and he explained how great my Supreme Lord is. So he is going to come and help me. So buddhi, intelligence. So intelligence, it's a very interesting thing. Even the small insects, they have great intelligence. For example, bed bugs. Does anyone have experience with bed bugs?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yeah. So bed bugs, they are They are black in color. And when there is light turned on in the room, they hide. They camouflage in the design of the bed sheet or on the bed, and then they disappear. You can't find them out. But as soon as the light is turned off, when it is dark, then they come all over on the bed, mattress, the bed sheet, everywhere, and then they cause big trouble. So look at the intelligence of this small insect. Krishna has put such an intelligence even in a small insect like that.
Yesterday you also told about spider, Prabhuji.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, look at the intelligence of the spider. How artistically the spider creates a spider web using just the saliva, no other ingredients. So the intelligence that is given to human beings is much higher than the intelligence that is given to animals or insects. So why this higher intelligence is given to human beings? So that they can cultivate spiritual knowledge and get out of this material world. But we are misusing that intelligence. We are using that intelligence for small things. Okay, so this is what we discussed from yesterday. Now, when Gajendra is glorifying the opulence or the potency, the vibhuti of the Lord, this is in the Aishwarya Bhava. The Aishwarya concept is only there in Vaikuntha. But in Goloka Vrindavan or Bhuloka Vrindavan, if you go to Vrindavan near Delhi, right? And if you tell Vrindavan residents, I mean not now, but 5,000 years ago, if somebody goes to Vrindavan and tells them that, oh, do you know Krishna is God? They will, they'll laugh at you. They don't consider Krishna as God. In fact, they consider Brahma as the creator of Krishna. So Krishna is the creator of Brahma, or Vishnu is the creator of Brahma. So they consider Brahma as the creator of Krishna. That's why they complain, they blame on Brahma. That oh Brahma, what a foolish creator you are. What a foolish creator you are. You have given these eyelids. When we close these eyelids, we are missing darshan of the beautiful form of the Lord. So what kind of creator are you? There is a flaw in your design. So they believe that Brahma is the creator. And he is the creator who created even Krishna also. That's how they believe. Because in Bhakti, there is no room for Aishwarya. There is no room for Aishwarya. When Krishna lifted Govardhan hill, when he was 7 years old, he lifted Govardhan hill with his pinky finger, keeping the Govardhan hill standing like that for 7 days and 7 nights. So this is Aishwarya concept, because the power, right? This is the display of power of Bhagavan. But even the display of power is not considered as opulence by Vrajavasis. They think that when during the Govardhana Charan Leela or Govardhanodharan Leela, not Govardhan Charan, it is Go Charan, but not Govardhan Charan. Govardhana Uddharana Leela. Govardhanodharana Leela. Govardhanodharan Leela, what happened when Krishna lifted Govardhan? All the Gopa boys, they were standing under the Govardhan hill, and they were also like supporting. They were putting one hand up and they were supporting. They were telling Krishna that, oh Krishna, don't worry, don't fear, don't think that it is too heavy. We are going to help you. And some of them were holding sticks as a support. Some of them were holding their hand as a support. So they were thinking they were only lifting, and Krishna was just pretending. So this is how their mood is. They don't consider the opulence or Aishwarya of the Lord. Gajendra is explaining about the Aishwarya to Devatas, because Devatas, they can connect to Aishwarya. They are in the Aishwarya Bhava. They are in Swargaloka, and oftentimes they go and visit Vaikunta. They go and visit Vishnu in Vaikunta. So they only know about Aishwarya. They don't know about Madhurya. So that's why Gajendra is talking in the language of Devatas. So whoever you are talking to, I mean a great sage or guru, they always talk to a person in their language so that they can understand. If there is a Brajavasi coming, then Gajendra can talk in their language, in Madhurya. But here he is talking to Devatas, and they can connect to Aishwarya very well. So talking about this Govardhan Leela, right? Our Rukmini Devi. In Dwaraka, one day she asked Krishna, after marriage, there were some nice, interesting conversations between Krishna and Rukmini. Sometimes Rukmini teases Krishna, sometimes Krishna teases Rukmini. Rukmini Devi cries sometimes, and then Krishna, consoles her. So it's an interesting. There are interesting episodes between Krishna and Rukmini, and then in between there is Satyabhama, very interesting character. uh, so one day Rukmini Devi asks Krishna, "Oh Krishna, tell me something about your Govardhanodharan Leela. Why everybody is talking so great about that? What great is there in that Leela? What's so special about that? I understand that you lifted Govardhan hill for 7 days and 7 nights with pinky finger, and everyone is talking about that as if it's a very great thing. Now don't you know that Krishna, I lifted you with my love. I lifted you. This is how Rukmini says. With my love, I lifted you. You lifted Govardhana hill, but with my love, I lifted you.
Tulabharam, Prabhuji.
What's that?
He's talking about the Tulabharam.
Yes, Tulabharam, and also, uh, I mean, lifting means not literally with hands or something like that. But yeah, Tulabharam with Tulabharam is a good example that we can take here, because as soon as Rukmini Devi put a tulsi leaf, Krishna
Lift, yeah.
went up in that balance scale. Krishna went up. So maybe she's referring to that aspect of lifting Rukmini Devi lifting Krishna up, because nothing else could lift Krishna up, right? Satyabhama tried so many things, but nothing could lift Krishna up. And as soon as Rukmini Devi put a tulsi leaf, Krishna went up.
Mm-hmm.
So that is one, and also with her love, uh, she lifted Krishna up in the sense she glorified Krishna. Lifting up means she glorified, she increased the glory of Krishna. How Krishna came and kidnapped Rukmini, how he married Rukmini Devi, how he fought with all the soldiers. They are powerful soldiers. on that side. In Vidarbha Desham, there are powerful soldiers. So it is Rukmini Devi. It is because of Rukmini Devi, Krishna's name and fame went up. Just like Yashoda. Because of Damodar Leela, Krishna's glory has increased. So we can take these two things. So one is when Rukmini Devi says, I lifted you up with my love, I lifted you up. That means she lifted Krishna's glory up. Or the other thing, as you said, the Tulabar, Sri Krishna Tulabar.
Yeah.
So now talking about this hill, right? Govardhana hill. I got reminded of another hill, Bhadradri hill. Bhadradri. How many of you went to Bhadrachalam?
I went once, Prabhuji.
You went? Okay. Did anyone else go?
I also went one time, Prabhu.
Okay. అనిత మీరు వెళ్ళారా వరంగల్ నుంచి ఏమైనా యాత్ర అయిందా భద్రాచలంకి? Okay. So does anyone know the significance of the name Bhadrachalam? Okay, so let me tell this story. So Bhadra plus Achala. Bhadra plus Achala. Simha plus Achala. Simhachala. Okay, Achala means mountain. Simha Achala. Simhachalam, right? Simha plus Achala. Simhachala. That means Narasimha Swami appeared on the mountain. And that mountain is called as Simhachala or Simhachalam. When you write this in Telugu, Simhachalam. So Bhadrachala. Bhadra plus Achala. So who is this Bhadra? Or what is this Bhadra? One meaning of Bhadra is auspiciousness, protection and auspiciousness. Bhadra. I think there is a word.
Subhadra is sister, right, Prabhuji? Krishna's sister, Subhadra.
Subhadra. Yeah, Subhadra means very auspicious. Bhadra means auspicious. Subhadra means very auspicious.
Nice.
So the abode of the place of auspiciousness is Bhadrachalam. That's one meaning. Another meaning is Bhadra is the name of a sage. Bhadra is the name of a sage. And another thing is Bhadra is the name of a mountain or rock. Okay, it's a rock or mountain.
There is a story, Prabhuji, like the sage of name of Bhadra. He prayed for Lord Rama. So Lord Rama gave his that in soon you will become a mountain, and here I will stay as a Bhadradri Ramachandra Prabhu.
Yeah. So this Bhadra, he is the son of Mount Meru Parvatam. So Mount Meru once appeared as a human being, and Mount Meru married, or the Mount Meru in the form of human married Menaka. So Meru and Menaka, they prayed to Lord Vishnu to get children, and then Lord Vishnu blessed them with a son by the name Bhadra. There were multiple children, but one special child is Bhadra, sage Bhadra, who eventually became a saint, sage Bhadra. But before that, when when Rama and Sita were in forest during exile, one day Rama and Sita, they wanted to take rest. So they slept on the ground, and there were rocks, and it was a mountain actually. Okay, so they slept on the rocks of that mountain. And what was that mountain? That mountain was called Bhadrachalam mountain. This Bhadra, who is the son of Mount Meru. Mount Meru is a mountain. Before Mount Meru appeared in the human form, it was a mountain. I mean, there is an eternal form of mountain called Mount Meru, and sometimes the Mount Meru can take human form. So Mount Meru, the son of Mount Meru is Bhadra and Nilagiri. Two sons. There were two sons, Bhadra and Nilagiri. So Nilagiri is that hill that is there in Puri, where Lord Jagannath appeared. Nilachala Parvat. Nilachala Parvat. So this this mountain Bhadrachalam, on which Lord Rama and Sita took rest, during that time, this Bhadra in the form of mountain, he felt very happy. He felt the he felt the potency and vibrations when Lord Rama and Sita were resting on the rocks of his mountain. And then in his mind, I mean, even rocks and mountains, they have a soul. Mountains have soul, not rocks, but mountains. Mountains have souls. Just like trees have souls, right? Mountains have souls. Not the individual rocks, but the mountain has a soul. All the mountains. Mount Rainier has a soul. Everest mountain has a soul. Himalayas, there is a soul in Himalayas. Like that. So that soul or the mind of that soul of Bhadra that has a subtle body, right? So in that mind, he thought, Bhadra in the form of mountain, he thought that how nice it would be if Lord Ramachandra and Sitamma can stay here, on my mountain forever. So he just had a thought like that. Because that experience he experienced when Lord Ramachandra and Sitamma took rest on that Parvat. So he was relishing that experience. And out of that relishment, he had a thought in his mind that how nice it can be, how nice it would be if Lord Ramachandra and Sitamma can stay here forever. And then after after many years, when Mount Meru took a form of human and then got children, the Bhadrachala hill also was born as a human being, whose name was Bhadra again. So Bhadra as the son to this Meru and Menaka. So, and when this Bhadra child started growing up, the impressions, vasanas from previous life started coming up. Who was he in the previous lifetime? He was a mountain, Bhadra mountain. In that form, he had a thought that how nice it would be if Ramachandra and Sitamma can stay here forever. So in the current life, as a human being, for this boy, for this sage called Bhadra, those vasanas started coming as recollection. And then he developed a desire. What desire? Okay, so if I become a mountain again, then maybe Lord Ramachandra and Sitamma will take rest on me. So he developed a desire like that. And then in the next life, he became mountain again. He became Bhadra mountain again. And then Lord Ramachandra, he after exile, he went to Lanka, and then he killed Ravanasura. He got Sitamma. He returned to Ayodhya. Pattabhishekam happened, and Ramachandra ruled the kingdom for several thousand years. And then finally, it was a time for Ramachandra to conclude his Leela, to conclude his avatar. After many, many, many years, it was time for Ramachandra to conclude his avatar. Then Lord Ramachandra, excuse me. Then Ramachandra, he dipped into Sarayu Nadi to end his Leela, to end his avataram, and go back to Ayodhya Loka. So he dipped in Sarayu Nadi, and then he remembered. That time he remembered that, okay, so I made a promise to this person called Bhadra that I'll appear here. I will stay here. Then as soon as he remembered that, then he called Sitamma, and Ramachandra, he sprouted two more hands. Ramachandra's form is a two-handed form, right? But he sprouted two more hands, the Chaturbhuja form, and then he called Sitamma, and then together they came and appeared on this Bhadrachala Parvat, Bhadradri, Bhadrachala Parvat. And they promised this Bhadra mountain that we will stay here eternally in this form. Which form? The Chaturbhuja form. Generally, we see Dvibhuja form of Ramachandra, right? But here, there is a Chaturbhuja form of Ramachandra. And then Sitamma sits in the lap of Ramachandra. And if you look at the standard form of Vishnu, Vishnu holds Shankha in this hand, left hand, and Chakra in right hand. But in this form, they are reversed. So Chakra here and Shankha here, the Panchajanyam. Panchajanyam is the name of the Shankha of Vishnu, Krishna. In all avatars, that name is Panchajanya only. The Shankha's name is Panchajanya only. Sashankha Chakram, Sakirita Kundalam, Sapita Vastram. So that Shankha's name is Panchajanyam in all avatars. So when he appeared in front of Dhruva, there was a Shankh. That is also Panchajanyam. And here in the form of Rama Avatara, that Shankha's name is also Panchajanyam. So in the right hand, he was holding Panchajanyam. So why there is what's the reason why these two things are flipped or reversed? Because Ramachandra was in a hurry to go back to Ayodhya Loka, and now suddenly he remembered to fulfill the promise of Bhadra. So in that rush, he did not even notice where he was holding, which Ayuda.
Prabhuji, like for Gajendra also, Vishnu came rushing, right, Prabhuji?
Yeah.
Like that.
Yeah, so like that. Yeah, just like how he came rushing. So here also Ramachandra was in a rush because he was in a rush it was time to conclude his avatara, and he has to complete this unfinished task very quickly and go back to Ayodhya Loka. So in that rush, these two things are flipped. That is one reason. That is external reason. Internal reason is with that conch shell, with that Panchajanyam Shank, Ramachandra touched the Bhadrachala hill and gave him moksha prapti. So because he wanted to give moksha prapti, Ramachandra touched the Bhadrachala Parvat with the Shank with his right hand. I mean, it doesn't look good to touch, to hold Shank in left hand and touch somebody, right? That's why he was holding Shank in right hand and he touched Bhadrachala Parvat and gave him moksha. So he got a position in the eternal planet, Vaikuntha, Ayodhya. And that is the form, that's why that is the form that we see in Bhadrachalam temple. Rama Sita and Rama with 4 hands, Chaturbhuja form. And he has Shankha in the right hand and Chakra in the left hand. So this is how the Lord reciprocates to devotees. Okay. Now let's go to the next shloka of Gajendra Stuti. स वै न देवासुरमर्त्यतिर्यन्न स्त्री न षण्ढो न पुमान्न जन्तुः
Savaina
Navadivyan
Nasrinasanto
Nastrinasanto Napuman
Jantu
Jantu
नायं गुणः कर्म न सन्न चासन् निषेधशेषो जयतादशेषः
Nayam
Nayam
Gunakarma
Karmanasam
Nasanasam
Nishesho
Vedesho
Jayadadaseshaha.
Sa Vaina Devasura. Yeah, from here. Sa, that Supreme Personality of Godhead. Why? Indeed. Na is not. Deva, demigod. Asura, demon. Martya, human being. Tiryak, bird or beast. Na, neither. Stri, woman. Na, nor. Shanda, neuter. Na, neither. Puman, man. Na, nor. Jantu, living being or animal. Na ayam, nor is he. Guna, material quality. Karma, fruitive activity. Na is not. Sat, manifestation. Na, nor. Cha, also. Asat, non-manifestation. Nisheda, of the discrimination of neti neti. Not this, not this. Sheshaha, he is the end. Jayatat, all glories unto him. Aseshaha, who is unlimited. Okay. Chandrakala, can you read this? Chandrakala, you there? Okay. Yeah. Srividya, you can read.
Okay. Can we start from? Oh,
Ah,
you have to start from. He is neither.
he's neither. Yeah.
He is neither demigod nor demon, neither human nor bird or beast. He is not woman, man, or neuter, nor is he an animal. He is not a material quality, a fruitive activity, a manifestation, or non manifestation. He is the last word in the discrimination of not this, and he is unlimited. All glories to the Supreme Personality of Godhead.
Yeah. So here, Gajendra is saying that Supreme Lord cannot be categorized into any of the things that we see in the material world. In the material world, we see human beings, we see animals, we see birds, we see insects, we see man and woman, and there are 3 gunas, sattva, rajas, and tamas. The material world is created and destroyed. Niryanti, samyanti. So we see all these things, we experience all these things. Now, when we try to understand Bhagavan, who is beyond the conception of the material senses, beyond the uh, ability of the material senses to understand, but still, what we try to do is we try to use one of the things that is there in the material world that we see, and with that as a reference, we try to understand God. So this is especially the people who are practicing the Jnana Yoga or the Mayavadi philosophers. Mayavadi philosophers are, their philosophy is Advaitam, impersonal Brahman. They believe in impersonal Brahman, which is the light or effulgence coming from Bhagavan. For them, that is the supreme. If you ask them what is God or who is God, they say God means light. That Brahman effulgence is God for them. So those people who are practicing this Brahman realization and who are cultivating Jnana Yoga, the way they study is something called as Neti Neti. In Sanskrit, this process is known as Neti Neti. In Sanskrit, the word Neti means not this. Not this, not this. Neti Neti means not this, not this. So these people, the Mayavadi philosophers, impersonalists, they use speculative method to understand God. Let's say somebody is doing some job. So the way they speculate about God is, okay, I'm doing this job. Is the job that I'm doing, is that God? That's how they start their study. And after some time, they contemplate on that thought. Maybe the job that I'm doing itself is God. That's why some people say work is worship. Right? Work is worship. That's not a correct statement. Work as worship. Work should be seen as worship. But work itself is not worship. You cannot do arti to the work. You cannot do arti to the laptop that you are using to work. Or you cannot do arti to the office building. Or you cannot do arti to Bill Gates, who is providing you the work. So they start with a thought like maybe the job that I am doing, that itself is God. And after contemplation for many years, after some research and study, they come to a conclusion. How silly I was to think that the job I am doing is God. No, the job is not God. They come to a conclusion like that. See how foolish this process is. How difficult and how foolish this process is. So like that, they take one element at a time. They take their body and think that maybe this body is God. And after a few years, they conclude that no, this body is not God. So neti neti. So every time they conclude saying that this is not God, they say not this, 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 not this. Neti 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 neti. So this process.
Everybody will do the same thing because one acharya can find out, okay, not, work is not, and then they can follow that, right, Prabhuji? Everybody will start from the beginning.
Yeah, they don't want to accept, even if acharya concludes something. I mean, that's what Adi Shankaracharya did, right? Adi Shankaracharya did exactly like how I explained now. He followed this process of neti 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 neti. He eliminated through the process of elimination. In mathematics, there is something called as elimination, right? The process of elimination. So if you want to find something, you use this method called process of elimination, and finally find the correct variable or the correct element that you want to find. So, and this method is there in computers also, process of elimination. Especially if you are familiar with the linear search algorithm. When you are studying fundamentals, computer fundamentals in the very beginning, the search algorithm, right? So
Yeah, Prabhuji. Yeah, you're teaching algorithms also.
the process of elimination. So that search algorithm is basically based on process of elimination. That algorithm takes one element at a time and it checks whether it is matching with the target or not. If it is not matching, it will go to the next set. So like that, through the process of elimination, it will find the correct match. So like this, Adi Shankaracharya, he followed this Neti Neti process and eventually he concluded saying that Krishna is supreme. In the beginning, he was teaching Advaita philosophy, impersonalism, Brahman, Brahmavadi, Brahman platform, Jnana Yoga. He was teaching all these things. But in the end, he concluded that worship of Krishna is the best. That's why he wrote Bhaja Govindam. In his last stage, he wrote Bhaja Govindam. Bhaja Govindam. Bhaja means worship. Worship Govinda. And then in the beginning, he said, in that shloka, Bhaja Govindam, he said, Bhaja Govindam, Govindam, Bhaja, Bhaja Govindam, Govindam, Bhaja, Mudamate, Muda. O fools, O rascals, O fools, don't waste your time. I have already concluded that worship of Krishna is the best thing. And that was his final instruction and recommendation, or final conclusion. And what happened? The successors of Adi Shankaracharya, some of them, they started wrong philosophy because they were attracted to the initial philosophy that was taught by Adi Shankaracharya. The initial philosophy was Advaita philosophy. Some people find that interesting. It's like an experiment, right? They want to do experiment by themselves. Instead of accepting some conclusion as the truth, they want to find out the truth. If you tell your child, do bhakti sincerely and don't waste your time on Instagram and social media, the child will not listen. You are telling them the truth, but they don't want to accept the truth so easily. They want to figure out by themselves. They want to experiment, and eventually they will figure out that spending too much time on Instagram is not good. Eventually, after 20-30 years, when they have kids, when they see their kids wasting time on Instagram, that time they will realize, oh, my mother used to, Akshara will realize, oh, my mother, Srividya, she used to tell me every time.
Now only I am realizing, Prabhuji, what my mother.
So like that, the people who are practicing Jnana Yoga, they don't accept the truth immediately. So like that, Neti Neti. Gajendra is telling to Devatas that if you are thinking God is like this, like that, no, this is not God, this is not God, this is not. And he gives some examples. Savaina deva suramartya tiryan nastri na shando na puman na jantu. He is not an animal. He is not a man. He is not a woman. He is not in between. He is not a deva, a devata, demigod. He is not asura, demon. He is not Tiriyan. Tiriyan means a bird. Savaina devasura martya tiriyan na stri na shando na puman na jantuhu. So if you are thinking that God is something like one of these categories, no, it is not. I mean, the Devatas know they have higher intelligence than us. Uh, they know because they go to, sometimes they go and visit God in his office, that is Vaikunta, right? They go and take his darshan, Srimad Narayana darshan. So they know how he is and where he is. They know his address. But by telling to the Devatas, Gajendra is telling to us. Because in this world, many times we see, right? People, they, for example, Satya Sai Baba, he was a living man. And people worshipped him like God. So Gajendra, by this shloka here, he is telling that is wrong. If somebody is considering a living person as God, that is wrong. Satya Sai Baba was a man. According to the shloka of Gajendra, na stri, na shando, na puman. Puman means man. God is not in the category of man. There is no gender for God. He is beyond these conceptions of gender. So he is teaching to us. Just like how Krishna taught to Arjuna, but Krishna's intention was to teach to all of us. But through the via medium of Arjuna, Krishna gave all the instructions to all of us. Similarly, through the via medium of these Devatas, Gajendra is teaching to all of us that never consider God to be something small or something that you see in the material world. None of these categories, not this, not this, not this. Nayam Guna, he is not even one of the gunas. He is not even like the gunas, Sattva, Rajas and Tamas. And he is not even karma. And what is Asat? He is not even Asat. He is not even Sat. He is not even Asat. Sat, Asat means Sat is creation, Asat is the destruction. Sat is manifestation, Asat is non-manifestation. The material world, when the material world appears, it is called the material world is manifested. When the material world is destroyed, it is called material world is unmanifest. He is neither Sat nor Asat. He is neither the manifested form of material world nor the unmanifested form of material world. So through this process of neti, not this, not this, not this, finally what remains? Nisheda. Finally what remains? The Shesha. Nisheda Shesha. Through this process of Nisheda, through this process of elimination, whatever is remaining, Shesha means remaining, right? The remainder. He is the end. He is the conclusion. He is the absolute. He is the absolute truth. He is the Satyam. He is the Parama Satyam. Sheshaha. Jayata Aseshaha. All glories to that. All glories to that God who is unlimited. So there are two, that word Shesha is used in two different meanings. Nayam guna karma nasanna chasan nisheda shesho jayatad aseshaha. The first Shesha is the remainder. After following this process of elimination, neti, whatever is the remainder, that is God. And that God is Ashesha, unlimited. Jayatad aseshaha. All glories to that unlimited Bhagavan. Who is the absolute truth? Who is the conclusion of everything? Who is the end? Ekanta. We read that shloka, right? Shloka number 20. Ekanta means what? Ekanta means alone, seclusion. But ekanta also means eka plus anta. Anta is the end. Eka means only one. In the end, only one thing remains. That is Bhagavan. See, now when we are just discussing this for a few minutes, it may appear to us, oh, this looks like a dry philosophy. Why to go through this process of neti, not this, not this, not this, not this. Instead, just read the Shastra and read the description of Bhagavan in Vishnu Sahasranama. Sashanka Chakram, Sakirita Kundalam, Sapita Vastram, Sarasiru Hekshanam, Sahara Vakshastala Shobi Kaustubam. So there's a beautiful description given. Just accept that. That is more pleasing, more relishing, more convincing than following this process of not this, not this. So now imagine the people who spend thousands of years, through millions of lifetimes, practicing like that. Jnana Yoga, through speculative method, they try to understand God. That's a very difficult process. So that's why Bhakti Yoga is very simple. It's so simple, very easy. Anybody can follow, right from a small child, 2-year-old child, to 98-year-old old man. Anybody can follow. Even the animal can do this. Now, if an animal, let's say if Gajendra, elephant, wants to follow this Jnana Yoga, neti process, can Gajendra do that? For that, he has to study. Can an elephant study? No. But elephant has that subtle body. In that subtle body, there are some impressions from the past life. In the past life, whatever bhakti was performed, those impressions are there. That's why elephant, Gajendra was rescued. Gajendra was saved. That means bhakti is the only one that saves us. No any other practices. But unfortunately, majority of the people in the world, 99% of the people in the world, they are attracted to everything else except bhakti. They are attracted to Ashtanga Yoga, Hatha Yoga, Jnana Yoga, Karma Yoga, so many different things, but not bhakti. So I am, since last few days, I am doing pranic healing. Okay, I'm taking a session from somebody from India. Every day, half an hour, there is a pranayama session, breathing pranayama session. So I'm taking that since last 20-25 days or so. And this person, he's practicing Ashtanga Yoga, right? So he says that there was universe, from the universe Krishna came. That's their philosophy. So, but the fact is, from Krishna, universes came out. But his understanding is, the universe always exists. From the universe, Krishna came. Because he knows that, I put this tilak and attend that session, video call session with him. He knows that I'm practicing bhakti and I go to ISKCON. So he tries to explain me about pranayama, breathing, connecting to Krishna and bhakti. But he has partial understanding or incorrect understanding. So he says universe is superior, and then within that there is Krishna. So when we are reading this shloka from Gajendra Stuti, we may think maybe Gajendra, he's speaking this unnecessarily. It's a waste of time. We know, we are convinced, we know very well that God is not like this. God means he's there in Vaikuntha, Ayodhya, or Goloka. We know that he is not like a man or woman. He is not like a bird. We know all this. Why to waste time on this? So yes, we know, but tomorrow one of your children may argue like this. One of your family members may argue like this. One of your friends, colleagues, relatives may argue like this. Or you yourself in the next life, you may argue like this. So that time you should get remembrance of this philosophy. Oh, Gajendra, I said in my previous life, I used to attend a call every day in the night, 8:30, and then we studied from Gajendra Stuti that Gajendra said, God is not like this, God is not animal, not this, not this, not this. So I am following a wrong process. So it will be beneficial in some way or the other. Don't think this is a dry philosophy, it is not required, it's a waste of time. Even though you are convinced that God is not like this, but it will be beneficial at some point in your life, either in this life or next life. So, um,
So basically, he's telling we cannot compare God with anything.
you cannot compare God with anything. Yeah. Yeah.
We have that name Ameya or Atulya, something like that.
Yeah. That word Ameya is there in one of the shlokas, right? Ameyam.
Yeah, trying to recall.
Which shloka is that?
Aprameya, Swaprakasha, Aprameya is also. Aprameya, Swaprakasha, Manovachama, something like that.
No, in Gajendra Stuti only, I think Ameya word, it appears somewhere. Atmatmajapta Grihavitta. No, not that one.
Amnaya is there.
Amnaya is there. Amnaya means Shastra, scriptures.
Yeah.
Okay. Maybe tomorrow when we recite, we'll pay attention. Yeah. Okay. So this is all about this shloka. Any
Samyaya.
questions, comments, reflections?
Samyaya is there. Nirvisheshaya Samyaya.
Nirvisheshaya Samyaya. Oh, Samyaya. What's the shloka number?
12th. Namah Shantaya Gauraya. 12th.
Okay, what's the meaning there? Oh, Samyaya is this thing, right? We discussed. What did we discuss?
Lord Buddha, the form of nirvana.
Lord Buddha, the form of nirvana. Correct. Lord Buddha, the form of nirvana, where the material qualities stop. Yeah. Yeah. Similar to that, right? So Amyaya means Srividya, you said Amyaya, right?
Ameya.
Ameya. Oh, Ameya comes in Mukundamala Stotra.
Yeah, Prabhuji.
Antarjyotirameyamekam Krishnākyamāpīyatāṃ. Yeah, Ameyam is in Mukundamala Stotra. Antarjyotir Ameyam. That God is present within you, but He is beyond the conception of material senses. Ameyam. Yeah. Yes. Okay. Any questions, comments?
ఏదో ఒక రూపంలో ముకుందమాల స్తోత్రం టచ్ అవుతుంది
టచ్ అవుతుంది మనకి. అవ్వాలి, అలా అవ్వాలి.
ఈరోజు మిస్ అయింది.
మిస్ అయింది
Yeah, we
అనుకున్నాము.
are eager to get the full recording, Prabhuji, that Indolam Ragam you told.
Yes. So I will. It will take 53 shlokas, right? In each class, she's teaching me 5-6 shlokas. So it will take about maybe 2 to 3 months.
Prabhuji, you requested her to tune that one, or already she has that tune?
No, yesterday, so every day 1 hour class, right? Every day means every week 1 hour class. So first half an hour, she teaches me fundamentals. The swaras, the sarali swaras, janta swaras, tarasthai, all those things, madhyasthai, tarasthai, all those things. And then the next half an hour, usually for other students, she teaches geetams, like small bhajans, kirtans, like 2 to 4 lines, small. But in the beginning only, I asked her to teach Bhagavatam. So every class, for half an hour, she teaches some shlokas from Bhagavatam. So yesterday she asked me, what do I want to learn? Then I asked about Mukundamala Stotra. And then she said she never recited Mukundamala Stotra. And then she prefers to see this in Sanskrit. So I gave her Sanskrit lyrics. And then immediately, within few seconds, as soon as she saw the lyrics, she immediately said, let's sing this in Hindolam. Because she's an expert, right? 30 years she has been practicing music. So they know, looking at the lyrics and the length of the line, they know which ragam to sing. And then she started singing, and after 3-4 shlokas, she only said, this is so beautiful. I have never recited this, and from now on, I'm going to do concerts on this. So she also relished it so much. Yeah. So before we end the call, let's listen to 3 shlokas from Mukundamala Stotra. Oh no, not this one.
श्रीवल्लभेति वरदेति दयापरेति भक्तप्रियेति भवलुण्ठन कोविदेति नाथेति नागशयनेति जगन्निवासेति आलापनं प्रतिपदं कुरु मे मुकुन्द जयतु जयतु देवो देवकी नन्दनोऽयं जयतु जयतु कृष्णो वृष्णिवंशप्रदीपः जयतु जयतु मेघश्यामल कोमलाङ्गो जयतु जयतु पृथ्वीभारनाशो मुकुन्दः मुकुन्दमूर्ध्ना प्रणिपत्य याचे भवन्दमेकान्तमियन्दमर्थम् अविस्मृतिस्त्वच्चरणारविन्दे भवे भवे मेस्तु भवत्प्रसादात् नाहं वन्दे तव चरणयोर्द्वन्द्वमद्वन्द्वहेतो कुम्भीपाकं गुरुमपि हरे नारकं नापनेतुं रम्या राम मृदुतनुलता नन्दनेनापि रुन्दुं भावे भावे हृदय भवने भावयेयं भवन्तम् नास्था धर्मेण वसुनिचये नैव कामोपभोगे यद्यद्भव्यं भवतु भगवन् पूर्वकर्मानुरूपम् एतत् प्रार्थ्यं मम बहुमतं जन्म जन्मान्तरेऽपि त्वत्पादाम्भोरुहयुगगता निश्चला भक्तिरस्तु.
Okay, so I'll send when the whole audio is available, I'll send it. So most of the Annamacharya Kirtans, they are in Hindodam. Like Vinaro Bhagyamu, Antayu Nive, these are all in Hindodam. Nigama Anta from Annamaya movie, they're all in Hindodam.
Yeah, even in Telugu movies, some padyams and all sound like this only, same.
Yes. Yeah. Okay, very beautiful.
First time also she is singing very confidently.
Yeah, like as if she has been reciting for the last 10 years.
Yeah, pronunciation and wow.
Yeah.
Like we read English, she's singing Sanskrit.
She's
Yeah.
in Sanskrit. I mean, she has to make the tune. She has to do the ragam for this lyric and then sing. Everything she did in a few seconds. Yeah.
మీకు వస్తుందా ప్రభుజీ ఇంత బాగా?
A tune vastundi, but not like her.
Okay.
But tune, I got the tune because Hindodam is my favorite. Mohana Hindodam is my favorite. Yeah, I'll send the video link where I practiced with her. She made me practice, and she sings one line, I sing another line, and then when there are corrections, she corrects me. I'll sing that video also. You can figure out how I was singing. Yeah, maybe after I learn all the shlokas, then I'll sing all the shlokas in this ragam, and
When we go back to Mukundamala, you can teach us, Prabhuji.
yes, yeah, that time we can sing in this ragam.
So we are adding the like one more dimension, ragam also to our Krishna
Yeah,
Katha.
yeah, because that's how we can relish. When there is madhuryam, when there is, first we have to understand ardham of the each word. We have to understand that, and then madhuryam. When we are connected to these two, then you will relish the shloka. You will relish the entire thing that we are discussing. So yeah, it's so beautiful. Bhakti is so beautiful. This kirtanam, these stotrams, they are so beautiful. That should be our life. Okay. Mangalam Kosalendraya Mahaniya Gunatmane Chakravarti Tanujaya Sarvabhaumaya Mangalam. Grantara Śrīmad Bhāgavatam ki jai. Shri Gajendra Stuti ki jai. Narayana Kila Guru.
Akila Guru Bhagam Namaste.
Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Jai.
Okay.
Hare
Thank
Krishna.
you.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.